Kia ora. Welcome to this breathwork 1 hour workshop. Now we are transporting you to the islands right now. So let's just take a breath here and just be aware of your breath, be aware of the tension in your body, let it go. And just imagine you're sitting on a beach, gentle breeze blowing in your face and the waves crashing in the background. And just start to settle in. So, welcome. I'm Mary Bell. I am a neurosomatic breath therapist and a trauma informed breathwork facilitator. And I love to help people to slow down, relax, be in the body, feel safe in the body, as well as clearing out old things and stories that they've maybe have carried for a long, long time. So today we're going to go through just the theory of breath and your everyday breath and how you can use these tools to assist you in your everyday life, basically. So I'm just going to get this up on the screen. So this is my workshop that I did for Mental Health Week. And you can replay this, get it over and over. We're going to do a breath practice at the end, which will be about 20 minutes. So settle in, enjoy, pause the video, go get a cup of coffee or tea or whatever you feel like, and then we can jump into it. Excuse me. So, tools to master your breath and your nervous system. If you master your breath, and if you master your heart rate and your nervous system, which all comes into the breath, nobody can mess with you. You've got boundaries. You've got a way to cope through anything that can happen in your life. Seriously, this is magic. So the first thing that I want to bring your attention towards is the power of the breath. So in Māori, in Aotearoa, which is New Zealand language, is aroha is love. Now, if we break aroha up, aro, turn towards, to be aware, and ha is the breath. So we've got this like beautiful meaning of love right in front of you. And that literally is to be aware of the breath and to face it. So in Buddhism culture, the monks learn breathing on their first day of school. They learn how to breathe from 5 years old. They're taught the breath is always with us till birth and till death, from birth till death. Your friends, your family, your city will change, but your breath will never leave you. Your breath's your friend. It's always with you. It nurtures you. It keeps you going. It keeps you safe. So think about the breath as your friend and your superpower. So breath means spirit in Latin, and I think that's pretty cool because it's kind of the first language that came out. And spirit, you're breathing spirit in. So I'm going to look to animals now. Now, the breath connects all of us individually and together. We apparently breathe the same air that the dinosaurs breathe. And, it's still around today. So there's this energy that connects us and obviously spirit. But when we look to animals, there's a lot we can learn from animals. And if I have a client come in, they are breathing very fast, very heavily. There's always something deeper going on. It could be psychological, it could be health, it could be anything. But we can look into the breath and see where your health and your stress levels are. So for the next 30 seconds, I just want you to count your own breaths and see where you're at individually. So in and out is one breath. So I'm going to get you, I'll prompt you now. So just exhaling and then just start breathing now. So counting your breaths in and out is one breath. And just keep focusing. Okay, so stop there and times your number by 2 and just tell me, well, you can't tell me. Think about what that number is. So this is your minute of breathing rate. Could be 20, could be 30, could be 5, could be whatever, 10. On average, in the Western world, we breathe about 12 breaths a minute, and we need to get that down to 6. So optimal health is 6 breaths a minute. There were studies done about this. There's also studies done around villages with the monks and things like that. They all breathe slower. They all connect to each other slowly. So we're talking 3 breaths a minute here. And they can walk upstairs and hills and their heart rate doesn't budge. They're so fit because they understand that managing the breath is so powerful. So that's the first thing I look at is the speed. So breathe slower, live longer. Elephants who breathe slower live longer. So elephants breathe 4 breaths a minute, live to 120 years. Rats breathe 120 breaths a minute and live for 2 years. And then optimal breathing rates are 6 and under. So your breaths per minute can determine your stress levels. And this is what I'll get to do with my clients straight away, and I can see exactly where they're at. It's just really, really nice to actually look into that within yourself too and see, why am I breathing so fast? Do I speed my breath up around certain people? Do I hold my breath around certain people? Do I hold tension around certain people? Just being aware of this stuff. Like nobody even teaches you this and you never really think about it. So this is why I'm here. Okay, the second things that I look at are the muscles. And there's a saying in the Matrix when he opens his eyes and he's awake now. And it says, why is your eyes hurt? Because you haven't used them before. So I'm using this as, why does your diaphragm hurt? Because you've never used it before. And so lungs aren't here. A lot of people breathe like this, but your lungs aren't up in your shoulders. Your lungs are down here. So I'll just put this down. So we're going to take a breath into the lungs here and out, and just imagine your diaphragm. So your diaphragm's like this jellyfish type thing here, and it actually pulls the air in for the lungs and it pushes the air out for the lungs. So it moves down when you breathe in and up when you breathe out. And a lot of people say they can't take a big breath and things. Usually it's because the diaphragm's too tight. So if you squeeze your fists together here, really tight, and let that go and just see the blood flow come back into the hand. See how there's a lot of trapped blood flow in here? This can be in your body, especially if you're holding your shoulders to breathe and you're using the wrong muscles. You can hold grief in your tummy. You can hold tension in your knees and your legs when you're around people you don't like or you don't feel safe in the body. So all the tension can be like stored in the body, right? As memories, as everything. So we're trying to relax the muscles and the fascia. Animals all belly breathe. No animal breathes in the shallow breath unless they're being attacked by prey and they're trying to breathe quieter when they're hiding, say, behind a bush, something like that. Shallow breathing is fight or flight. So as I said before, who do you hold your breath around? Who do you speed your breath up around? Things like that. And the less tension in the body, the more blood flow, the more your body can actually heal. So here's just a little visual if this helps you. So the bad breathing muscles are up here. Don't use those ones to breathe. You need to be using these and these to exhale. So we'll do a little practice here. So you want to breathe in to the rib cage here. So you can put your hands on here, take a breath into the rib cage. Let it expand, open wide, even in your back, as you can see some of the muscles there. And then when you exhale, I want you to tense the abs and the pelvic floor. So breathing out, tense the abs and the pelvic floor. Now when you breathe in, relax the abs. And you can feel the air rushing back into here easier. And it's just like what we did here. So just thinking about that. And what we're going to do here is we're going to take 3 breaths, 6 seconds in, 6 seconds out, and you can really see the difference that it makes in your body. Also, this will be your homework. So you can do this anytime you remember throughout the day. 3 breaths wherever you remember. So breathing in. 4, 5, 6, and out. 4, 5, 6, and in, and out. Tensing the abs. And in more. And out, tensing the abs. So that should really make a difference in your muscle memory if you start to switch those up. Here's just another little visual just to show you the beautifulness of that. Okay, so next we're going to look at technique. Now, we breathe in oxygen and we breathe out carbon dioxide. Breathing out releases 70% of your toxins in your body. So it's not just going to the bathroom, it's literally when you breathe out toxins. If someone coughs in your face, take a longer breath out. If your kids cough in your face, take a longer breath out, things like that. When you breathe in, your nose filters the air. It actually keeps hydration in your body as well. So if you're mouth breathing, it can dehydrate you really quickly. Nose breathing creates nitric oxide in the sinuses here, which is a relaxant. And breathing through the nose is super crucial for your health. We actually are only meant to talk and eat using our mouths. Animals don't mouth breathe. There is one animal who mouth breathes, and I'm going to talk about that next. So if you think of your body as a furnace, you've got a little fire going here. If you put too much oxygen on the fire, it's just going to go stressed out and wild. If you don't put enough carbon dioxide, you put too much carbon dioxide, it won't start, right? So you need the balance. You need the balance of the two to get the fire going. And it's the same with your body. If you are over breathing fast through your mouth into your chest, you stress your body out, and it's called oxidative stress. So once you do that, you can kind of rust your organs, and that can create diseases and things like that. So the animal that mouth breathes is these little dogs here. And if you've got one or you know one, you understand. My auntie has one of these, and it's always snoring loud. It's got lots of health conditions. It's not their fault. It's just because they were bred differently. And yeah, it can cause a lot of problems. So they don't live as long because they're breathing faster through their mouth. And they just kind of have a hard life. So next time you see one of these little guys, just give them a little bit of compassion. Give them some compassion. The fourth thing that I look at is your relationship to your breath. And this is where my mental health work comes in. So feeling safe in the body is so important. A lot of people don't feel safe in the world or in their body. And they can look tense, they can look stressed, they can feel awkward, uncomfortable, nervous, anxious. Anxiety is a big one. So you took your first breath when you were born. And as you took this breath, you could have been really stressed out. You could have come into an environment where you didn't feel safe, you didn't feel loved. You could have come into an environment that was stark, bright white, doctors patting you down. Maybe you needed oxygen and you've never actually connected to your breath ever since then because you feel like it's very hard for you to take a breath alone. So just thinking about like how you were born and what circumstances you came into. And these are really big things. These can all be connected to your first breath and the memories stored in your body and your nervous system. Do you find yourself holding your breath around certain people? This is a really big question. I held my breath around my dad a lot. He was a pretty scary man. And it wasn't his fault. It was because he was harboring the same thing within him. He did the same thing with his mum. So It's no one's fault. It's just coping mechanisms. We've all got trauma that we're working through. But the goal is to find the power and the safety in your breath and your body. If someone has an anxiety attack, what happens? They'll be shallow breathing. And to me, it looks like they don't have control of their body. So getting back control of the body is through taking deep, slow breaths into the belly, tensing the abs on exhale, and just relaxing that tension, telling the body that you're safe and that you're in control. And that is how you get out of an anxiety attack super, super fast and easy. So we're just going to take a breath here. And if you think of the exhale as more important just for this breath here. So we're going to take a breath for 4 seconds in and 8 seconds out. So breathing in for 4 and out for 8, using those muscles. And in for 4 and out for 8. Beautiful. One more. Think about your relationship to your breath too. This can bring up some emotions. Do you feel like you belong here? Do you feel like you can take a deep breath? Do you feel safe in your body? All of that. Okay, you can come back. Now I'm going to shock you with this image, just a pre-warning. So this is your nervous system. And your nervous system looks like it sounds. I think that's why they called it this. You can control this. You can control your nervous system. You just have to learn the breath. So we have 2 kind of main nervous systems that run all the time in the autonomic nervous system. And this is the parasympathetic versus the sympathetic. Now, the sympathetic is your fight or flight, your adrenaline. It's actually good to have. Like, we need to have stress to get us out of environments and to survive. We just don't want to use it all the time and burn it out. So this one gets you out of danger. It creates oxytocin. It pumps the blood around your body. It's actually very good to have. Oxytocin is a love molecule. It helps you do things for your family. So stress is good to survive, look after your loved ones and all that. Then there's the parasympathetic, which is your rest and digest. It's your relaxation. It's your calmer nervous system. It's actually more like legs down. So if you have a leg foot massage, that will activate your parasympathetic. If you were watching TV, if you were going to work, getting up, getting on your phone, going to work, working, coming home, cooking dinner, laying down, watching TV, you're still in your sympathetic the whole time. What's the difference between that and animals is that they are more in their parasympathetic throughout the whole day. And then there'll be a few times through the day where they go into their sympathetic, where they need to get out of danger and things. So would you agree if I said parasympathetic dominant people are easier to be around? I would. They're more relaxed, they're more chill, and you feel safe around them. And to be honest, I think it's just having safety in the body. So think about the people you're around as well. The 5 people that we spend the most time with is the people that we become. So you want to be around people that are more relaxed in their relaxed nervous system. So I'm going to go into brainwaves now. And this leads on as well with what nervous system you're in. So we have 5 main brainwaves. The first one is gamma. Gamma is the one the masters live in. This is the one even Albert Einstein lived in. So he knew to get relaxed using breath techniques, nearly fall asleep, and wake up, you're in this heightened awareness state where you're like living in this awareness mind of ideas, and they come rushing in. It's like living in your creative mind, and they call that the pineal gland in breath work. They actually call it the third eye in the spiritual world, things like that. So the gamma frequency is a little bit more aware, and this is where creation comes. Beta is your problem solving one. Most of the Western world lives in this non-stop. As I said, come home, watch TV, cook some dinner, go on your phone, then go to bed. And for about 7 minutes, you jump into alpha just before you fall asleep. Or if you have a shower, or if you're standing on the grass grounding. So I prefer to live in an alpha brainwave state. So I try, and that's my goal, is to be in relaxed reflection most of the day, apart from little things like I'm doing here. And I just try and live like that. So being in alpha is a beautiful state to live. Also, people that live in alpha are easier to be around. And then there's theta, which is your meditation and creativity, as well as being blissed out, sleeping, things like that. And then the delta is like your deep sleep, REM sleep. So think about what one you live in the most and what one you would like to live in the most. And this leads me on to breath work. So when we do breath work and breath techniques, and this is what you're going to experience today if you choose, you go into this brainwave state here of alpha, theta, or maybe even delta, and you jump into gamma sometimes. So it's very nice to experience other types of brainwaves. And that's really the goal that I try and use when I work with people, is trying to get them out of their most dominant brainwave into like a nice flow. So what is breath work? Breath work is one breath session is equivalent to 2 years of therapy, Dr. Henry Smith. I can vouch for this. There's been moments that have been amazing for me in breath work and for my clients. They always wake up and they're like, whoa, what was that? I was crying. I feel lighter. I was carrying all this stuff around. So breath work is a therapeutic technique that utilizes simple breathing practices to lead patients to a non-ordinary state of consciousness, where unconscious and previously repressed thoughts and emotions can more easily rise to the surface for integration. So in layman's terms, we dig in, we get the trauma out of there, and we chuck it away. And then you don't have to carry it around anymore. And you don't have to carry this programming that you have to keep yourself safe everywhere you go. It's very powerful. Benefits of breath work is improving metabolism. When you do breath work, your diaphragm acts like a pump, and it's literally giving you a workout in your battery pack. So anyone interested in breath work needs to understand that at optimal levels of the 3 blood gases, nitric oxide, carbon dioxide, and oxygen, are needed for aerobic respiration from our mitochondria. Mitochondria are the little cells and the energy in our cells. To that extent, dysfunctional breathing contributes to poor mitochondrial function, and breathwork can help us to restore it. So we're working deeply in the cell as well, using the gas exchange. You gain control of your autonomic nervous system, so you can switch so quickly from your sympathetic into your parasympathetic using breath techniques, especially the 6-second one that I taught you, and the 4-8. If you breathe out longer, you activate your parasympathetic. And if you breathe in quicker, you activate your sympathetic. So when you breathe in, your heart rate spikes. And when you breathe out, your heart rate eases. So So all the functions of the autonomic nervous system, breathing is one that we have most control over. That gives us an opportunity to influence the remaining of the autonomic nervous system. Sorry, got something stuck in my throat today. 3, improve performance in sports. The way we breathe during physical exercise doesn't only affect how our muscles are oxygenated, but also our biomechanics. Breathing well goes hand in hand with high performance in sports. Deep meditation. While breathwork is not a prerequisite for meditation, breathing well will make entering meditation easier. Also, despite some overlapping effects, meditation and breathwork are significantly different. The practicing one will complement the other without making it obsolete. So doing breathwork shuts the ego mind down. That's what it's doing in the brain. And that's why people have most profound experiences, because you're shutting off that defense mechanism. And then it also improves your sleeping quality. Sleeping quality is a cornerstone of health. It helps you to recover better, appetite control, stable energy levels during the day. So daily little tasks that will be very good for you is to have a breathwork practice. So the ones that I did, 5 breaths and long exhales, 4 in, 8 out. You can lay and meditate on sounds. So just listen to any sounds outside, try and listen to 5, then listen further out, then listen further out. You go into this nice state using the senses as well. Nervous system regulation tools. This is good if you've got anxiety. So hugging yourself, you can feel your ribs expand. Tapping tells the body that you're not under attack. If you were being attacked by a lion, you wouldn't be sitting here doing this. So it tells your nervous system that you're not being attacked. There was a meme that went around like, you get a bad email and you're trying to tell your nervous system that it's not an attack from a lion. It's just an email. So this is what you can do. Shaking and stretching is good. Animals shake too when they have gone through trauma. Getting on the grass is very good for your electrons in your body. It actually brings a negative charge into the body, so you can get into your parasympathetic easier. And then being grateful for one thing is a good little hack. So I am grateful for water because I have this little niggly cough at the moment. So just think about being grateful for whatever you're grateful for. And that's really all that the theory that we're going to go through today. We're going to go into a breathwork practice now. So you can get your headphones, would be really good if you can, because I'm going to play some binaural beats. And when I do binaural beats, it can really affect the brainwave pattern even more and get you into a relaxed state. So I'm just going to put that back on there. Stop share. And here we are back in our island. So go get some headphones, go to the bathroom, and then we will commence. So what we're going to do is 2 rounds of breathing and breath holds. And it can be really nice if you let go and relax. Just putting some sound on. Here we go. So this is just a little breath track that I like to use just to keep it fun and exciting. sometimes it makes people giggle. That's great too. Bringing joy. So if you would like to lay down or sit, it's up to you. Okay. And what we're going to do is just start using those breath practices that I just taught you. And we're going to start breathing in and out. In and out. And just flowing with this breath. And close your eyes if you can. And all you need to do right now is focus on your breath. And out. And in. And out. Flow with that breath. Think about your relationship to your breath. You allow it to come in, flow through the body, heal you, and leave. And then come back, just like an ocean wave, flowing with that breath. Keep breathing in and out. In and out. Great. Take a big breath in now. Squeeze all your muscles whole and let go slowly. And just hold the breath here. Soften the body, hold that breath. And just hold the breath for as long as you can here. Now taking a breath in, pulling on your pelvic floor, you want to squeeze up and imagine the energy from the base of your spine moving up into your midbrain, where you're just going to flush some toxins out of your spinal fluid right now and your brain. So just squeezing up. Holding that breath at the top. Notice any lights or colors. And when you're ready, you can let go. Just resting here. We're going to go into our next round now. Just relaxing. Now this music's just a little bit more faster and fun, so just go with it. All right, breathing in and out. So we want to kind of dance with our breath in and out. Think of it as a workout on the diaphragm. In flow with that breath. And out. Keep flowing in and out. And out. Listen to the sounds of the music. Okay, take a big breath in. Squeeze all of your muscles, hold. Let go slowly. Hold the breath here. Dropping into the body. Telling the body you're safe. You're loved. You're okay. You're okay. Take a sip in if you need, and then let go again. Hold that breath. Now when you're ready, take a breath in. Holding the breath at the top, pulling on the pelvic floor, looking up. Notice the lights or the colors. And let go. Just coming back into that really nice slow breath. Letting your body rest, recover, heal. And now go to your favorite place on earth. Just be in this beautiful place that you love to be at. And up in the distance is a child, and this child's running to you. And this is your younger self. And she or he is running to you. So just embrace that child like it's your own. Tell them they're safe, tell them they're loved, tell them they're wanted, tell them they're accepted. And just give that child the advice that they've always needed. Sit with that child, sit with that little boy or girl. Tell them they're okay. Just keep coming back to that breath. Through any emotion that wants to come up. Just start to play with this child, or talk, or cry, or just do whatever you need to do. If you have children, you can invite them into the scene with you. Or even animals. Anyone that's passed over can join in this moment. Anyone that you miss, bring them in. Make peace. Know that nothing is personal ever. We just all have our stuff. Mm. And just feel this peace. Peace of the mind. Peace of control. As you let go. And just be. No striving. You know that this is your natural state. And you can come back here anytime, at any moment of the day. So we'll just take a few cleansing breaths here together. Just thinking about your life now and what really makes you love your life. Think about the things that you love to do and do more of those things. You're the creator of your own reality. Just think about who you like to be around, what you love to do, and do those things. Take another breath here together. Beautiful. And when you're ready, you can come back into the space. Bring yourself back slowly, gently. And I hope that you really enjoyed that. That was just a taste of where you can go in breath work. And yeah, I hope you really enjoyed that. So I'm available for one-on-ones. I'm available for conversations with people, teaching, all of that. I go into schools as well in kindies to teach the kids how to breathe. So yeah, you can follow me on Instagram if you want any more breathing tips or knowledge, things like that. And it's been such an honor to share with you today the power of the breath, as well as hopefully put you into a really nice state of peace and the comfort of your own home. I do one-on-one work as well. If you do want a online session or in-person session, I'm located in Katikati, Tauranga, and I do workshops and things as well. So I'm going to love you and leave you there. If you want to put some more relaxing music on and stay in the state that you're in, please do so. And keep connecting to that younger child if you did connect to yours today. And really solidify that belief and what the advice that you needed was for you today. So that's the advice that you need to keep reminding yourself of in the world. All right. Thank you. Have an amazing day. Kia kaha.